Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is July 15th, and our reading is Self-Respect. Character, the willingness to accept responsibility for one's own life, is the source from which self-respect springs. And that's Joan Didion, Self-Respect, its source, its power. The best way to make ourselves feel better is to do something estimable. Alternatively, we can push the people around us down so relative to them we look better. Or we can seek the cheap grace of teachers who will tell us we're perfect just the way we are. The clever kids will reason that if that's true, they shouldn't change a thing. The problem is that no one can give another person self-respect. An attribute isn't an achievement, so praising schmoes for being duck-billed or needle-billed is meaningless. Schmoes have the kind of bill they were born with. They didn't earn it. Don't suck up to any teacher who tosses you marshmallows. Nice ears, Betty, way to go. Instead, look for people who will challenge you to be a better person. That's not just good advice for kids and people, students, people going to school. That's good advice for the rest of us. I've heard it said that we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. God, I hope that's true. I know some pretty nice people. But the woman I get to lets me live in her house, for one, Mrs. Dhamma, and some other people that I hang out with and who I really look up to. These folks inspire me to be a better person than I am or than I would be left to my own devices. I've got some pretty bad habits, and I usually exercise them a lot faster than I exercise anything that's that would add to self-respect. The thing about doing something estimable is, boy, that really works up an appetite and makes you dizzy. It's a lot easier to push the people around you down, but that's not what grown-ups do. We're not supposed to make ourselves feel better by doing that kind of crap. Joan Didion, I, we don't, in this house, we don't buy into the rumor that she used to wake up in the morning and sharpen her tongue. But it sounds well. I can see how that might be the case. We love her for all of that. The Buddha, the Stoics, most of the people to whom we look for inspiration all encouraged us to do difficult things and to endure and to hang out with people who would make us who would improve us. And so that's something that we seek to do, and we think that when it comes to effort, that's a good effort to make. Character really is the willingness to accept responsibility for our life, and she's right about that. Here's another thing about effort. This quarter is theme is effort. That's Mrs. Dhamma's effort, and willingness without effort is just fantasy. I can say that I'm willing to change. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to meet you halfway. I'm willing to modify my behavior so I don't drive people crazy. I can say all of that stuff, but unless I make an effort to do any of that, it's all just hot air. I'm just fantasizing, and there's plenty of that going around for sure. So happy trails to you until we meet again.